Hey everybody, how's it going?
It's fabulous. Tia's here.
Great. Hey, thanks for having me.
That was a really quick. Usually we catch up and then we introduce the person.
Yeah, but that's why it's exciting.
We'll
Tia's
just join her in, yeah. So we've got Tia Henriksen joining us tonight. Tia is in British Columbia, a few hours behind some of us.
all of us.
We have a few
All
different
of
time
us.
zones going on right now. So we invited Tia on tonight because she's currently a vice principal, but she will be a principal in like 2 weeks, maybe,
Yeah, well, January 1st.
starting January 1st. And she's been an active participant in the Principal PLN group, so on Boxer. So it's just been fun to listen to her, and we thought, what a great time to have her join on while she's getting ready to be a principal really quick here. And normally people plan to be a principal in like the beginning of a school year, but you're jumping in mid-year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it actually. It's a great time to start because, everything's kind of laid out, everything's started. I can spend some time getting to know people and developing those relationships and just kind of watching, so it's great.
Tia, in Canada, they will start you right on January 1st? Like, they don't even give you a day off for New Year's?
That's a really good question.
No.
Okay.
I could probably go into work on January 1st if I wanted to, but I think the kids come, January, I don't know, 8th, 7th? I'm not even
Oh, okay, good. So
No,
it's not
that
like
is a great question because she had Thanksgiving like 3 weeks ahead of us, and I was
Yes,
like, why
she
is
did.
she having
October.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Canadians are strange.
Uh,
I do love
I
y'all.
actually almost made turkey again for your guys' Thanksgiving because I love turkey so much.
You must love turkey a lot if you're making
Oh my goodness.
So, Tia, one of the reasons why we wanted to have you on was because when we did the show on Inbox Zero,
Oh,
you
yes.
said that there's no way that you could get to Inbox Zero. And in the Voxer, if you don't mind me sharing, you said that you had an inbox that was currently at 8,000.
I think it was actually even higher than that.
So, like, you never deleted anything. Is
No, I did.
like spam and junk mail, right?
She did. She deleted
You
two
know, Mom.
emails in June of 2012. She deleted two emails. No, so you went from, and then, so you gave it a shot, right? And then we talked you through it. I think Jessica was like your email coach for a little while there. And you went from 8,000 and you've gone to zero at times.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
definitely.
amazing.
When I heard you guys talking about Inbox Zero, I thought, what are you guys talking about? Okay, do you mean the mail messages in my mailbox that I haven't read? Because I go to Inbox Zero unread every day. I read everything every day. But to think that you actually have everything out of your inbox, I thought that was crazy. That was impossible.
And I loved her box when she emptied it and said, "Who knew flying unicorns are real?" It was my favorite box ever.
It's true. So everybody kind of coached me through it and helped me along, and our PLN Boxer group is just great. I love that. And I got it down to Inbox Zero. I've got some folders down the side which are helpful, really, really helpful, and I love the exclamation action folder that Jessica talked about, so I use that all the time. I don't ever get down to Inbox Zero every day,
Yeah, I don't either.
but at least once a week I'm down, and I've got it all cleared off. So
Well, and now you're gonna start out with a clean slate on January 1st. You're gonna start out with completely zero, like nil, nothing.
actually, I've already signed up to my new district's email, so I've already got.
Okay, all right, never mind.
So she started with Inbox Zero.
So now you've got two inboxes to try and get down. Oh no.
And my Gmail, which I don't even think about that, but yeah.
But at least you're going into this new position armed with, a way to, process your email and to make sure that it doesn't become your to-do list and it doesn't bog you down. So it sounds like, it sounds like you're ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. It does really make a huge difference not having all that stuff there. to think about. And like you said, it's really nice.
So, Tia, as you're moving into this new position, what do you think is going to be one of your main focuses?
Well, as I said earlier, I think one of my main focuses, especially starting in January, is just to get to know people, get to know the people in the building, get to know the kids, kind of see because it's a new district, trying to get to know everything that they do in the new district. They will do things very differently than my current district. So, yeah, it's going to take a while, but I think that's such a great thing about starting in January.
Mm-hmm. I know in the biggest piece of advice I always give principals is change as little as you possibly can in your first year. Like, just get to know what's going on, unless there's something that, like, absolutely, like, I can't live with life being like this. This has to change, you know, whether it's...
Absolutely must. Do not mess with their traditions, with their policies, with their procedures. Just let it be until next year, and then start making changes. But if it doesn't have to be changed, let it be.
Yeah, and I think that's why, like, you have, like, the ideal time coming in mid-year to just...
Because they're already in that process. Like, they're already in the school year, they're in the groove, so you don't have to worry about, you know, starting them. They're good. Even the new people are in the groove, so you're set until, you know, September. It's kind of awesome.
Absolutely. Now, one thing I was thinking of changing, so maybe I could get your guys' opinion, is I'd like to start Twitter, because I'd like to start celebrating some of the great things that are happening in the school already. So start Twitter, start a Twitter channel, start maybe like change the blog or change the website up a little bit so I can do a bit of a celebrating every week about what's going on in their school. Do you think that would be too much, or is that all right?
When you say Twitter, you mean for parents to see what's going on, right?
Yeah.
I would first find out where are parents, because I love Twitter. That is where I spend most of my time. But I did a survey, and none of my parents were on Twitter. So I use a Facebook page for our school because they're not on Twitter.
Yeah,
so that might be something to think about.
I started doing with the Twitter feed, because some of my parents are on Twitter, but not a lot. But I put it as a widget on the website, and then I auto post everything that's on Facebook to it, and then whatever I put to it, so that it's just a running log of everything that's happening through the day and whatever you're celebrating, and it's right on the website.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I started a Facebook account as well, so it has to be cleared through the district, so they're working on that. But is that all right to kind of start that now?
Yeah. So will you be like the first in the district doing this?
No. Chris Weeger is in the...
Oh, that's right. Chris Weeger's there.
Yeah.
You're in good hands.
Pardon?
You're in good hands then if Chris is there.
Awesome. So awesome. They've been kind of encouraging me to apply to their district for a little while now, and
I think, see, doing that's not you changing anything. You're going to be the one doing that. So I think that would be great, getting into classrooms and highlighting great things they're doing.
Yeah, celebrating things is never, you're talking like, when you're talking changes, you're talking, you know, the way that the teachers celebrate their Christmas parties, or, you know, what they do on the last half of the day before spring break. You know, if they have any traditions, anything that goes through the school, you know, during their day, anything that they do, you just kind of, like the biggest example I have is that there's a day that we have after conferences in October, at the end of October, and they have this Friday, so we have conferences Wednesday, Thursday, and then they have Friday off completely. There's no PD, there's nothing. And to me, that's insane, because it's a day off in like the beginning of November, and I don't get it. We never had days off. It was professional development, it was whatever. But that is something that they have done forever. So I don't dare mess with that. I did the year before, last year when I got there, our calendar had a full day on the last day of school because we had a full 2-week break. But apparently, and the principal before me had set that calendar, and he wasn't there the year before that, so he didn't know. But apparently, they always have a half day on the last day before Christmas break, and it was not okay. It was not okay. It was like, I ended up having to give an extra half day. We had a half day on Holy Thursday before the spring break, and I ended up taking that half day away. I said, I can't justify giving you a half day when you have 2 weeks off for Christmas break, and it's not already in the calendar, especially since when we came back, we had 5 snow days, so they really had 3 weeks of Christmas break, but we didn't know that before. But but that is something that now we put it back in because it's not worth the battle. That's something that they do and they're used to, and it doesn't hurt anything.
Yeah.
It's those kind of things.
Yeah, no, I'm not planning to change any of those kind of things. I mean, I need to find out what those things are first. I have no idea.
Yeah. One thing I would recommend, and I got this out of a book that I won't be able to reference right now that I can't think of it. It's a book by Pete Hall, I think just the first year principal, and it is taking time to sit down with every single staff member and just ask them what is great about this school that we need to keep and what is something that needs to change. And the time spent in those conversations will be great for you to get to know the people, but then also later on look at your notes and look at like what trends are there in the building of, is there something that needs to change? And then you could say, 80% of you all said this needs to change, and so you can use that information to move forward.
Yeah, I was planning on having those meetings, and Chris has been great. He actually started in that district from his previous district last January.
Oh.
Yeah, so he sat down with all the teachers and had similar conversations, but asked them questions like, what are you curious about? And how can I help you with those curiosities? Among other questions as well, but I thought those were just wonderful questions.
Yeah, I like that.
One of the things that I did, and I started in April, so it was really helpful to have that time before the end of the school year to really just get a chance to know everybody and exactly what everyone's saying tonight. Just you kind of let everything, all the planning has been set, so you respect that. And I used the Question by Dan Sullivan. It's a book, and it's basically the question is if we were having this conversation 3 years from now, what would have to happen to you either personally or professionally for you to have met your goals? And I thought that was very helpful to take the conversation and move it forward. So you're asking them like, what do you think like has to change in order for them to be happy both personally and professionally? So you hear a lot of really good things about, about the school and all that kind of stuff, and then also things about them personally. Somebody wants to get married, they want to, I don't know, start a business or something like that. So you get a chance to listen to that. And I think what Jessica said is so true. You're paying attention to all those trends that you're hearing.
And who is the author of that book, Spike?
Dan Sullivan.
Okay.
I'll put it over here.
I'm just going to include some of these in the show notes.
Yeah.
So, Tia, can you tell us a little bit about your school?
My new school coming up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sure. I think it's about 268 kids-ish. It's kind of in a rural kind of area. It's kindergarten to grade 7.
Oh.
So I think there's 11 classrooms. So 11 divisions. There's learning support. Our district Aboriginal program is housed in our building as well, so they take up 2 classrooms, which I'm really happy about. Sorry, Jess?
Is that like English language, like second language students, or?
No, it's just our First Nations department within our school district.
I need more description.
I don't know that we're trying to make the connection between what that would be for us, and I don't know what does that entail? What does that department do?
So they look at providing support to our Aboriginal students throughout our district. So the first people that came to Canada are actually acknowledged in a different way. So we have our Aboriginal Enhancement Agreement, and we have Aboriginal support workers throughout the district that support different programs and different students in different ways to ensure that our Aboriginal students kind of don't lag far behind or farther behind than they are, or try to catch them up a little bit. Our Aboriginal students have a really high rate of dropout, so they're trying to make that less.
Interesting.
Wow.
It's sort of like what our Native American schools are
Yeah.
like, but it's only in certain states. There's not really a big, Native American population in some of the areas in the United States. Is this something that you've come across though in the school that you worked at as well?
Absolutely. My current school has 476 students and a very high Aboriginal population. So we have 76 Aboriginal students in our school, which is quite high comparatively to many, many schools in our district. So I'm going from a very kind of a large school, which isn't our largest in the district that I'm in right now, to a smaller school with still a good Aboriginal population, which is unusual for that district. So that kind of makes me feel a little more comfortable. So I'm going to something that I know, which is nice. But it's a wide range of students. So from very affluent to not so much. So it's a very wide range.
So what was the application process like and interviews? Because, we have a lot of people who listen to the show who are aspiring administrators, and they're always looking for, some different hints about, what the process is like. Could you talk to us a little bit about that?
Uh-oh,
It looks like Tia froze a little bit.
Oh no, she got the dodge to the drop.
Yeah, she said it's not that cold up there, so
No.
I don't know what exactly happened.
We'll wait till she comes back.
I'm sure she'll come back.
Well,
In the meantime, though, I wanted to tell you guys about I have to find exactly what the link is, but one of the principals associations, the national associations, puts out a principals checklist that's really helpful for new principals, and it goes month by month. It says, like, the first thing that you do, there's one for your secretary, like the things that you go over with your secretary before you start, things like mail and answering the phones and taking messages and like how you want things done. And then there's one with an assistant principal if you have one, and then it goes through month by month, and it's things that you need to be looking for, once the quarter's end, or trimesters, or exams, things like that. But I'll find the link for that, and they're all in PDF. You can print them off. It's really nice. I've been using it this year because I found it like in May of last year, and so I've just been kind of referencing it for things that I may have missed last year. But it's pretty thorough.
Yeah, that would be a great resource to include for people. And this has nothing to do with first-year principals, but I just shared with you both in the Vox earlier that I just purchased some Christmas gifts for my administrative team because I didn't know what to get, but I had a dumb moment, and I bought Spike's book, Connected Leadership, for each of them.
That
Hopefully
really
you're
is
not
a dumb.
listening. I know, dumb.
That really is a dumb moment.
So if you need a Christmas gift, go buy Spike's book for your colleagues or superintendent or something.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
It makes a great stocking stuffer.
No, I think it's the full
Great stocking stuffer.
I think it's a great stocking stuffer,
All right.
So-
Tia, are you there?
She's not, and I just Voxed her, so I don't know if we've lost her.
Oh, yeah.
She said, I'm not
she
sure.
lost
Yeah.
it all. Okay. Well, we are just about at the end of our time anyways. So what else is new with you both? Anything?
I'm loving the what we had talked about. I don't know if it was the last time or the time before, but I've been writing my thank you cards. And,
yes, me too.
I also started Workout Wednesday with the staff. Looks like Tia's back.
Yay!
There she is.
I don't know what happened.
That's okay.
It's cold, right?
It's not that cold. I think we're at like 7 or 8 degrees Celsius, whatever that is Fahrenheit. I don't know.
We can't even get
That's
times.
pretty warm. I was
Correct,
going to say it's about 0 Celsius here now, so that's probably like 45 degrees, would you say, Jess? 45, 50 degrees?
Not in
Sounds about right.
Wisconsin.
No, I mean it's 7 degrees Celsius.
Oh, yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to convert things.
Yeah, I was going to say, she has trouble with
You know how I
Pacific
am with time zones? You want me to try temperature?
Yeah, that's a whole different math.
No.
So Tia, before we lost you, I was just asking for our aspiring administrator friends, like, what was the application and interview process like with this school, and also if you could talk to, you know, how much did being a connected educator play into this process?
Well, here it's a little different. So when you go to apply to a district, they put kind of an application out. You can apply to that application. It normally goes to a pool of principals. So for instance, when I applied to this district, it was in August, and I was successful. So then I went into a pool of administrators. So then when a position comes available that is a good fit, they will then place you in that position. So normally here, the districts are fairly large, so they have 2 intakes, usually in January, a January start and then a September start or August start. Basically, it's a one-day interview, so you go in, and depending on the district, I've had recent interviews that have been an hour and a half long, but most of them have been about 45 minutes. Not too grueling, but good questions have been asked. And I think being a connected educator definitely has helped, especially with the district that I'm going to now, because that's kind of an area that they're really going towards. Actually, I think in all the districts right now, they're really looking that way. It definitely hasn't hurt me, for sure. I've been in, I think, 3 different principal pools, and this district gave me a call and offered me the job, so, which I'm glad about. This is actually the district that I prefer to go to.
It must be all that work that George Couros does in Canada that makes everyone want to be connected.
Must be, yeah. Actually, George came to my school not last year, the year before, and did a workshop at my school with my staff, and it was great. Yeah, he's a great guy.
So if anybody was wondering, 7 degrees Celsius is at 44.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
You are
so what are your what's your temperatures over there right now?
It is
low 20s, I think, which is like -4 maybe.
Yeah, it's actually just around 30 right now, which is really warm. Actually, my son went rollerblading in the driveway today, so that's pretty abnormal for December.
It's 30 actually with us too. 30 Fahrenheit.
Oh, look. It's gotten warmer here as well.
That's so weird. We're all on 30.
No.
Except for me, the Canadian. Everybody thinks that we're like freezing over here, but we're really not. Not in Vancouver. We're wimps.
Yeah.
It's what you're used to. It's all what you're used to.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's been great having you on here, Tia, and it's going to be exciting to see your journey and this new position for you. And we'll keep chatting with you on the Voxer group, and maybe have you on the podcast again.
That'd be great. I'm really looking forward to the new position. I'm nervous, I'm scared, but I'm excited, and I think just taking that time to observe for a while will really help me. So
yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you blog about it and talk to us, on
yeah,
Vox.
I always love reading your blog.
Yes, absolutely, and listening to your Voxes. She's always so. We listen. It's because of the huge time difference. I listen to Tia's Voxes, and it's 9:30. So I'm already well into work, and Tia's driving to school, and she's so peppy and so happy, and it's like you just can't help but feel happy when you listen to her talking.
And the accent too, of course.
And her accent, of course.
You don't have an accent.
Yeah, because
you sound like
Tia, none of us have. Yeah, none of us have accents.
Actually, I just like it, Tia, because it's stronger than mine. Because usually Spike makes fun of mine.
I really enjoyed the Voxer group. It's been lots of fun, and everybody's had lots of great things to add, and insightful comments, and great questions. So it's been fun.
Definitely a great place to learn.
I've been following Jess on Twitter 3.5 years when I first started on Twitter. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember way back then.
I do. Yes, I do.
She's like a Twitter grandmother now.
No,
I mean, she's
no,
really...
Melinda. Melinda's the Twitter grandmother.
No, you are too. I mean, I have folks that I've been able to get onto Twitter that look at me as like a Twitter dad. So that means you're like a Twitter grandma.
Gosh, imagine if any of those people
right?
I feel like a great grandma.
That's enough now. I think we need to say.
She's the youngest of all of us. So.
Yeah, I am.
Even more fun.
All right. Well, I'll say Principal PLN out.